Now we've got Lainey Edinburgh, thanks for being here, Pete Leone, and then Ann Roberts. Thanks for all of you. I'm surrounded by just good, I can feel the good energy in this room right now. It's wonderful. So I just want to open it up and let everybody know kind of what went on and what inspired this to happen. I'm not going to lead anybody on. I want you to tell them exactly what went down because it's an amazing story.
So as we were all, the world was watching this horrible tragedy on December 14th where all these beautiful, innocent, amazing children were shot. I was sitting at the computer and the television getting more and more outraged and overwhelmed with anger, and I didn't know how to manage it. And then I went to sleep that night thinking, well, if I was one of the children that survived the tragedy, or I was one of the school kids that had to go to school back in January, what would I want? And I came up with the idea of cookies for kids from Cordillera, Colorado.
Oh.
So I reached out to Ann, who was from Newtown, saw Pete on television and decided I was going to raise money. We raised almost $6,000 in 7 days over Christmas from Cordillera community. We asked for donations between $25 to $100. We got almost $6,000 within 7 days. I called Pete. I said, I've got almost $6,000. He said, that's a lot of cookies. So we decided we would do 450 cookies a week on Friday afternoons from the Newtown General Store for the kids to go after school, and Saturday mornings, if there were any left over, to have something sweet in the midst of all this horrible pain and agony that they were going through.
Now, you're the owner of the general store
I am.
in Newtown. Okay, so now how was your conversation? How did it first start?
Well, at the same time, we were getting inundated with a lot of people making requests to help the local community. And it was Lenny's perseverance, because a lot of calls, we're just a small store. So a lot of calls they had to call back a few times, but Lenny persisted, finally reached me through Facebook, and we hooked it up.
It's good to be persistent.
Yeah, very persistent.
Sure.
Very persistent.
And it just worked out that way, that we planned it out, and it worked out well. Yeah, with the cookies.
And is it still happening today, or was it just over the Christmas time?
It was. We had to figure out. It went for 13 weeks.
Okay.
So
okay.
which was nice, because it was, even as the whole atmosphere started getting back to normal, these cookies were still coming, and people really appreciated it. That as the spotlight was coming off, that somebody from so far away was thinking of them. And was touching a lot of people.
That's amazing. I mean, it did touch everybody all over the country, all over the world. How is Newtown today? How is everybody
Still
doing?
healing. It's trying to get back to normal, but it's right underneath the surface.
Right.
So we're getting there, but it's still got a little way to go.
Yeah. And you guys have managed to raise, so how much money have you raised altogether, would you say?
Well, we only raised $6,000
Okay.
because we did it only for 1 week. We stopped it after 7 days.
Right.
And with the cookie money lasted for 13 weeks, and that was over 3 months. So the kids got cookies starting January 4th through April 15th.
Okay. And then Ann, so you tell us how did this impact you? Tell us your inspiration with it all.
Well, what's wonderful is having grown up in Newtown, and then I went to visit Pete in the store, and the store opened like in the 1700s.
1847.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I went to visit him, and obviously we were all touched. But I have friends there. I have friends that had lost some children and our grandchildren, but Pete delivered 450 cookies every week, and then on Valentine's Day he delivered 900, and we had sent in some pictures and things to show you. Lainey, we've all received these letters from not only the teachers, but the
Here's
children.
a couple of the thank you
There
cards
you
right
go.
now that we
Oh,
brought
I
up.
wish you could see it. It's all in color. That says sweet, and the spelling is phenomenal.
Little kid spelling, I love that.
That's
I
just
love that.
delicious, but we received letters from the children, as you could say, the teachers, the parents, the first responders.
Yeah.
And Lainey has this huge package of just appreciation, and it was something that some good things came out of it. And Pete has two daughters, Heather and Marissa, and it touched them as well. It's not just the little ones.
It's touched everybody.
In the high school.
Truly touched everybody, you guys. And
Absolutely.
we have to go to break. It's been too quick. I want to hear more about it, but you guys have done wonderful things. You've
Thank
inspired us all. What a good way to start our Sunday. Thanks for being
Thank you.
here.
Absolutely.
Love it.
Thanks,
And
Mark.
we've got more Good Morning Vail coming up after the break.